Hey friends, grateful you're here. So I'm back with another reading challenge, but a baby challenge. We are going to attempt to remedy my awful reading habits as of late and read 100 pages a day for 7 days. So come on in. I started off super confident and I am second guessing all of my decisions right now. So I'm gonna start the 100, so I was gonna do 200 pages. I don't think it's possible for me to do 200 pages a day. I am not that skilled. So we will be doing 100 pages a day. I'm still moving through The Sacred and Profane Love Machine by R.F Murdoch, but I don't want to move through that one at an artificial pace. So I'm gonna actually leave that and break my promise to myself that I will only read one book at a time. Instead, I'm going to take Women at Point Zero. So I'll be reading this. I'm also taking I have my little bagoo bag here. Also taking my Paris review. I still have not finished this one and I have the next volume just sitting on my coffee table. So I want to try to get through this. Should we do a little what's in my bagoo bag? So we have books. I have my little commonplace journal. Oh, I guess I can show you guys the cover page. I use some, what is this, washi tape? Have just started to like document reads. I bought the Creative Life. What is it? The Creative Act. So I've just been taking notes in this. So commonplace journal. I have the little baggie within the baggie, which has just like my headphones, lip gloss, band-aids, and chapstick. I have my little, bought this because I had a mess of just like random pens everywhere. So I have my little, what is this? 0.38 millimeters, my micron, and then I have my favorite little, these are my favorite highlighters. So we got that, some washi tape, handy dandy tabs. I don't tab fiction, actually. I usually only tab non-fiction. My wallet, and I'm gonna get my picnic blanket. So I was gonna go to Central Park to read, but it's supposed to rain in a little bit. So I'm just gonna go, I have to go to the library. It's like a 30-minute walk. So I'm gonna go to the library. I have a book that I need to pick up. It's been so hard because I've been trying to stick to my TBR, but I've been requesting books. Well, I've requested them a while ago and they're just now coming in, but like my TBR is so tall that I'm just like, I don't wanna mess with it. So I've been letting my holds lapse, which I probably shouldn't do. Like I had Small Things Like These by Claire Keegan at the library and I just let it lapse because I didn't feel like I would have time to read it. I also kind of want to do like an Irish reading thing. So I let that lapse. I'll probably just like request it again. But I do have a book club book that I need to pick up. I've been searching for book clubs for so long and then have been just like subsequently so horrible at keeping up with the homework of book club. Like the book club that I started, the first book IDNF, and then the other book club that I had joined, I didn't finish the book and then I also had like the worst migraine I've had in a really long time. I was like throwing up and I couldn't see, and so I had to miss the meeting for that. So I'm trying to be good this time. I finished Late Americans, that's for one book club, and then I'm picking up the romance that we're reading for the other, and I'm reading it 2 weeks ahead so that there are no excuses on my part. So I just have to go pick that up, and then I might read in the park. I might pack my little rain jacket because I don't know what's going on. But yeah, that's the plan. Let's see how this little reading 100 pages a day, I feel like it could be a good thing. We're just gonna do this for 7 days. I think that's it. So let me get going because I don't want it to get too late. So off to the library we go. Hello again. I kind of just fell off yesterday, my apologies. I started Women at Point Zero, got to the 100-page mark, and then today finished it. So we finished this. I also read a little bit of my Iris Murdoch, just about like 6 pages. I'm at 48 pages for today, and I did meet the 100 pages for yesterday, so bravo. Because I was really second guessing myself there for a second. But yeah, this book was really very interesting. So Saadawi goes to this prison to interview this woman, Firdaus. Firdaus is telling her story, and essentially it's just like all of these trespasses that have been committed to her body. We see that like the men in her family have sort of violated her. And then as her life goes on, you just see like this repetitive violation at the hands of various men. It's like these men come into her life under the guise of like help, support. They continuously sort of take advantage of her, violate her, and so then it's just this constant like deluge of violence against her. She does eventually become a sex worker, a prostitute. She's trying to arrive at how she can achieve freedom and safety, and she realizes that she can achieve honor and she can achieve integrity, and she does achieve that through sex work because it's taking sort of something that men have created, this demand for sex, and turned it on its head so that she is the one who is empowered. So There's a really great quote. She says, "Now I realize that the least deluded of all women was the prostitute. The marriage was the system built on the most cruel suffering for women." And then later she says, "Yet not for a single moment did I have any doubts about my own integrity and honor as a woman. I knew that my profession had been invented by men and that men were in control, that men forced women to sell their bodies at a price and that the lowest paid body is that of a wife." Great piece of work. I am very much in the reading mood. That I feel like this has been super effective in getting me into the habit of reading. Like today, all my plans got canceled because there were flood warnings in my area, which sucked because we were supposed to have book club today, but at least, oh my gosh, look at this flower. Why is she opening up like that? Wow. The guy at the flower shop gave it to me. Just the random, maybe that's why he gave it to me. So my plans got canceled, but that did mean that I got a nice little rainy reading day, which I always appreciate. So I'm gonna do a little more reading of Iris Murdoch. I also have to start another book club book. This one feels really big, but it also, I think it'll move quickly. The font is pretty, it's a romance, so we should be good. And then I don't know what other book to start, though. Didn't I just say in another video that I was gonna try to do one book at a time? Look at me lie. I'm excited to pick up another book. I might do A Girl Story by Annie Ernaux, only because I know that I can breeze through because Annie always gets me in that chokehold. But I've been really enjoying just putting stuff in here and doing my little research. I was on my computer reading some articles about the author and just writing my overall thoughts about it, and I was like, Am I doing a book report? Is that what's happening? Am I just back in elementary school? Which is essentially what we're all doing here on BookTube. Just all doing little homework assignments. Anyway, so yeah, so that's a plan for today. I think I'm gonna just prioritize this, make my way through this. This is also very interesting. What I feel about Iris Murdoch is that all the impulses that we typically filter or try to nip in the bud, she just like lays bare, unfurls. But yeah, I am really enjoying this. Really enjoying everything I'm reading, so no complaints here. So yeah, let's get to reading. Hello there. I have not updated all day, but we have been reading. Today I had to go do groceries. I feel like I was running a lot of errands today, and so I didn't have time to do this. Are you crooked? Seem crooked to me. Does that help maybe? I don't know. Had to like go drop up some film that I wanted to get developed, mostly because I got a new film camera. I fucked mine up in Bali last summer, and so I got a new body, but I actually don't know if it works. I just buy used camera, so this is like my test film. If all went well, I'll show you some of the pictures here. But yeah, I had to go drop that off, and then I had a tango class tonight, and oh my god, I love, so samba does not come, you don't care, but samba does not come easily to my body. I don't know what it is, but tango feels so nice. And I have this issue when I dance and I follow, that I try to be a control freak because it's just who we are. So it's really nice to just like listen to the music, feel the person's leadership, and just like follow. Yeah, I'm like kind of obsessed with it. Anyway, you don't care. So yesterday I did finish my 100 pages. Today I left off at page like 118 and we're on 150 of this. So I'm gonna try to get to 50 pages of this and then 50 pages of my book club book to meet the 100 page mark for the day. I didn't think the reading was gonna happen. I curse you, cat. I have been obsessed with Love Island and I've just been in a rabbit hole. So it's been a lot of just trying to balance the fact that I'm on break and it's okay to like binge a frivolous show, but also try to keep it to a limit. Enough talking. I think I'm gonna shower, get to what we're supposed to be doing, get to what you are here for. So let's get to reading. It's technically day 5. Yesterday I was not having the best mental health day and I just didn't feel like filming. And I think that's something that I'm learning about this process, is that if you want to film your life for a week, it's not always going to be the highs. But I did keep reading, so I've been trying to keep at pace with like 50 pages of my Murdoch and then 50 pages of my light little romance, and that's been working great. And I feel like that's sort of what I'm finding to be is like take my squeaky shoes off. But I'm finding that to be like the thesis of this, is that if you're finding time that you're in a slump and you want to get back into the habit of reading, setting this like pretty arbitrary goal has been helpful. At least like the barrier to entry is gone for me, and I feel like there are so many things that I want to pick up and I'm really eager to pick up. And just like where I'm allocating my time, it's coming more natural to me to spend that reading as opposed to like binging Love Island for hours on end. So it's a win. So I will count this as day 4 just for our purpose, but just know reading happened yesterday. My library hold for Yellowface finally came in, so maybe I'll go pick that up today, maybe I'll go pick that up tomorrow. I have to see how I'm feeling. And then I also got, thank you, Kanap, I love you. Roman Stories. It's Jhumpa Lahiri's new short story collection. It's coming out in October. I'm really excited to pick this one up. I really also want to pick up the new Caleb Azuma Nelson book. So there's a lot of things that I just want to be in, and I'm feeling like getting into that is a lot easier, and I think this challenge, and I think y'all, so thank you for helping me. And I hope this helps you too. I'm just gonna go to the MoMA, sit in front of some art because I just feel like I need to be in the presence of beautiful things. So I'm gonna go do that. It's supposed to rain today, but if it's not raining, I'm gonna try to walk through Central Park. Just try to tend to this little being and tend to this up here. So I will, I guess, I don't know even where we are, but I read this morning. I think I left off at page 190. We're at 216. So I'll finish up the 50 pages of this and then I guess get back to this. I feel like this blog is just gonna be me between these 2 books, and that's kind of boring. So maybe this might actually cheer me up. So maybe I'll take this instead and fold into Lahiri because I miss her. Yeah, so I'll catch you maybe at the MoMA. So I feel like I can't be trusted. I've been straight up lying to y'all. So I know that I said that I was going to put my Iris Murdoch away for today and try to read something new, but I spent the entire evening reading this. So I'm done with my first Iris Murdoch. Yay! This was an experience. It just got to a point where I was like, I feel like I need answers. I really want to see how she ties everything together. So yeah, and this book is about, I don't think I've mentioned it before, but it's about, there are a ton of characters in it, but it's really about this dude has a marriage and he has like a mistress, and it's sort of the changing dynamics as this like secret relationship comes to light, and then all of the people in the peripheries with their opinions and their musings. So yeah, very funny, just masterfully done. I mean, I don't have to say that it's Iris Murdoch, but yeah, just really an adventure and experience. I cannot give you like a coherent anything about this book yet because the ending took me by surprise. A lot of the stuff that happened took me by surprise. And I feel like there was also a lot that I'm still trying to wrap my head around. My buddy read this with Nathan and he also brought up some interesting questions, and yeah, I just want to like discuss it with him and like try to gather my thoughts about it. But this was really interesting. And then I did start Roman Stories. I meant to like go to Central Park today. I did go to the MoMA, but I was there at 11 and it opens at 10:30 and it's a random Wednesday and it was so packed. I had like my headphones in and I was playing, oh man, I've been on this station, I'm gonna put it here, and it's been so but I was listening to that and I was trying to like forget the hordes of people. I was really there, I just wanted to sit in front of a Monet. There's a room filled with like these giant Monet paintings, and that's what I was craving. But then there was also this really beautiful exhibit by a lot of African photographers, and Yagazi Emezi was actually featured in it. It's funny because I learned about Akwaeke Emezi through Yagazi because I had always followed her photography. So yeah, I thought that was funny, but stunning. Like I lost myself in that exhibit. So it was enjoyable. Then I went to Central Park. I intended to walk and then it started to rain, and so I went to my library and picked up Yellowface. But I did read the first story of this and it was wonderful. It was beautiful. I have such high hopes. I feel like it's giving whereabouts and I'm excited. The first story was about this woman and her father who live in this like countryside in Italy, and they have this like vacation home and they're just like cataloging these people that come and go in a very Lahiri way, and then we learn about the father and sort of the baggage of the family. It's beautiful. It was beautiful and I'm so excited to just like get into this. But I also really, I want to know what the buzz is about. I want want to be in the combo. I feel left out. And so I might, unless I do like 100 pages and then a story, that way I'm getting a little bit of both. And then I do have my light little romance that I need to continue moving my way through. I feel like that's a good before bed book. It's not super heavy, moves pretty quickly. So I might just keep that as my before bed book, and I might not even put it in my little page count. Oh, by the way, page count for today has definitely been met. I think I've read like, not the 200, this has 360. And then I read a story here, so 100 plus for today. The plan for tomorrow, I have a bunch of books that I wanna sell to the Strand. I feel like I've been buying books that I can't find in the library. So like I Who Have Never Known Men, that Saadawi book that I just bought. I bought them because the library didn't carry them. I know in like some bigger cities you can just like request the books online, but for some reason in New York you have to like go to your branch and do it like in person, and that's kind of annoying. So I just purchased them. They're not all books that I would reread, and so I figured I would sell them and then get like a Strand credit. That way I can continue to buy books that are difficult to find, or like for example like Yellowface. I know I don't want to own this book, but like I have been on a queue for months, so it would have been nice to like have had a credit, buy it, and then just like resell it to the Strand. Yeah, so that's my plan for tomorrow. Get my 100 pages in. I think I have a dance class tomorrow, and that's it. So we have 3 more days in this challenge. So we'll see how many books, actually. I'm curious to see how many books, because I feel like this is not like a super like I feel like it's a doable challenge. So yeah, I'm wondering how many books 700 pages ends up being. But yeah, I think that's it. I feel so much better. It was nice to, despite the hordes of people, be in the presence of some art, be in art for the evening. Today was like a nice little reset. So yeah, all right, I'm gonna go to bed. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. We got the books to the Strand. We go. The setup is quite tenuous. Do I trust it? I'm gonna trust it. Okay. I'm traveling to Philly tomorrow, so everything's kind of a mess. But hi there. Let's check in, let's chat. Today I picked up this bad boy. Y'all were right. I mean, okay, so granted, I am literally 50 pages in, so we're just getting started. We're just getting a feel of everything, but very much enjoying it. I feel like when you are a New Yorker, you have like this antenna that develops where you know you don't miss your stop. If you're asleep, you just wake up when your stop comes. When you're reading a really good book, you have that sixth sense. But homegirl almost missed her stop, and that was quite embarrassing. So I had to shuffle off the train. Yeah, very captivating. I'm so curious as to where this is going. I'm just like the whole time, because sis, like, no. I feel like everyone has heard about this book already, but if you don't know, this is about 2 writers. One writer is very accomplished. She does really well in the publishing world, and she dies. The writer friend steals her manuscript and is selling it as her own. So that's where we're at right now. I haven't dipped into all of the commentary in the publishing industry yet. It's interesting. It's very like, yikes, but really enjoying it. Definitely will get to the 100 pages today. We're at 50 pages right now. I'm gonna run to a dance class real quick, and then when I come back, hopefully, I have to pack, but I might just pack tomorrow morning. It's just a weekend trip to my friends in Philly, but I kind of want to just like let this book take me where it wants to take me and go with the flow. But yeah, that's what we're reading. Very much enjoying it. Very excited to get into it. So I just wanted to check in. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Okay, also real quick, because I have not been able to stop thinking about this freaking book, but this time difference is killing me because Nathan's on the other side of the world and I need to talk about this with someone. I don't think I understood the book, and I keep trying to think about like what was she exploring, but it feels like there were so many characters that like I couldn't grasp what it was trying to do. But like the sense that I felt was a book that was exploring the different sort of expressions of love, or it just felt like everything was mirrored. layered. There were like dichotomies everywhere, and we saw a lot of the characters sort of withhold their love, and a lot of the characters sort of like unfurl their love or be very loving with abandon. And so I thought that exploration was really interesting. And I keep thinking of sacred and profane, and it can't be as simple as just like the wife's love was sacred and the mistress's love was profane. So I was wondering if it's just like the withholding of love is profane, or for me it was just like the different expressions of love and how we sort of injure those that we love through being effusive with our love or being quite restrictive with our love. But I don't think that's what it was about. Like, I don't think I got it. So I'm curious to read more, but like I'm more intimidated going into my second one than I was going into the first. So that's a new experience for me. Yeah, and I was also really still taken away by it. And I thought that was in part why it was so enjoyable, was that it felt really theatrical. Like there were parts or I was just like, this is a scene out of a play, and the dialogue just felt very like over the top and fun. Like it was really funny in a very play sense. And even in the end, she like pulled back the curtain and it was like, I don't know, it was fun in that sense. But yeah, really feeling like I didn't understand that book, which is cool, I guess, but I feel like it's one of those books. I was gonna actually unhaul it today at the Strand, and I was like, no, I feel like it's a book that's going to continue to like dig into my little brain, and I'm gonna have to reread it because I'm gonna need some answers. But yeah, just wanted to share that. Kind of made me feel dumb. Hello, happy Monday. We're here again. How was your weekend? Did you get up to anything fun? I was in Philly with my dear friend, and we just had a really nice weekend. I actually do have to leave in 20 minutes, so I'm gonna leave you in Philly while I get my stuff together. So I'll be back to chat, but enjoy.
A little giggle coming out of your body right now.
It was packed. So yeah, so I think last I left off, I met the 100-page mark, and that was day 5. So here we are, day 6, one more day to go. I, this morning, had to do as a New Yorker does and sit in her car for 2 hours. I was distracted though by my phone, so I only got 44 pages into Yellowface, but it's like officially off the rails, and so I am very much in. So this has been very enjoyable. I'm gonna do 50 pages of this, and then book club is slowly sneaking up on me, so I do have to like make sure I get to my light little romance. But yeah, so I'm feeling like we're gonna meet the 100-page mark today. I am just gonna run down to a tango class, but I did want to check in because it's been a minute. Habits take a long time to form, obviously, but I did feel this weekend like I wanted to continue to work on my habit. I just didn't have any like fold of time to slip into. So I keep reiterating this, but I really do feel like if you're wanting to get into the habit of reading this little 100-page, you can break it up, do like 50 pages in the morning, 50 pages at night. It's been really helpful for me, at least. I feel like in the beginning of the year, I was being buoyed by really great books. And then when I had to effort, that's when I sort of floundered. But this, just having this like goal that you have to meet, and I've kind of in my mind set it as a non-negotiable, been super helpful. So you know. Yeah, I will probably see you tomorrow. No, I do have to read tonight, so I will see you tonight. I am back from dance class. Sweaty AF. Have been reading this, got to the 100 page, or I've read 100 pages of this today, so goal for today has been met. This is like about the battlefield that is online spaces. Like, I don't even know where to look because it's just hellfire everywhere. I have no words. This is just disaster. So yeah, just gonna read for the rest of the night. Tomorrow is the last day of this challenge. Let's see, I'm on page 200. This book has 314. Goal will be to finish this tomorrow. So at least we'll have a sense of completion. Finish like 3 books in this challenge. I'm okay with that. That's pretty good to me. But yeah, I think tomorrow's gonna be a pretty chill day. I'm gonna try to stay in, clean, do laundry, the boring stuff. I guess I'll see you tomorrow. See ya. I have the AC off because I love y'all. It is hot though. So day 7, we're here, we've made it. We did finish Yellowface and we finished Love and Other Words. 100 pages have been met. I feel like this, I've said it before, but this challenge has been really helpful. Final thoughts about Yellowface. I thought it was really fascinating. It took an interesting turn, at least for me in the end. There was this phenomenon that happened last year with this article, and I'm going to link it down below, called The Bad Art Friend. The whole premise of it was ownership and authorship in creative spaces, and I thought this was doing or exploring a little bit of that. So although it is tackling the publishing industry, I thought it was also looking at who owns things in creative spaces, and when inspiration moves through different people, how do you sort of claim it? So yeah, I thought it was very fascinating. Towards the end, I was heart racing. I would say this is like, I'm not a horror reader, so when I say something reads like horror, take it with a pinch of salt. But I really enjoyed this book. Grateful that I was able to finish it during this round. This, however, this is like my first romance in a while. I think I've read romances, but they sort of teeter on, not lit fic, but they're a bit more complex. So like, I would say my favorite romance was You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty by Quick Messy. And if you've read that book, you know that book is hella complex, hella messy, and it's also beautifully written. I won't say that this was like awfully written. There were some nice parts to it, but this was just like when unhealed people get on a soapbox. I felt like the characters are super codependent, and it was like promoting codependence. There was no real tension in it for me. The love interest, Elliot, was like awful to all the women around him, but it was okay because he was like devoted to our main character. This was just like red flags galore. So at the end, I was just like, it was a compulsive read, but mostly out of sheer just concern. Yeah, this was interesting. And I did also get some books that I wanted to mention. I don't know if I should mention it here. Maybe I'll mention them in my wrap up, but I have gotten some interesting book mail that I am very excited to chat about. I'll just mention them there. But yeah, we finished it. We successfully tackled 100 pages a day. Thanks for hanging out this week. I hope you're doing well. We'll see each other soon. Bye.